god, did it again? What the fuck? Oh, my harmonica's upside down. That certainly explains a lot.
Nice. Play goddamn harmonica.
Get the goddamn harmonica. My mom would be proud.
Goddamn harmonica.
Howdy, Kansas City. Joby here, co-owner of Burning Spider Stoke Company, host of this delightful little smorgasbord of Stoke we like to call Stoke Chow, and all-time Main Street Mob second place champion.
I'm Aaron, local Stoke slinger, guest wrangler, and the accident-prone fool.
I'm Rydog, local Stoke slinger, kendama player, general mover.
Ooh, general mover.
He got that from the conversation we were having literally from the drive here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's a good one.
Because
it was a good conversation. I was like...
Yes, it was. Yeah, man. We've got a medium-filled menu of Stoke today. We've got our standard Stoke Calendar. We've got our standard Stoke Clips. We've got our interview with the local. I say, let's chow down. Oh, you guys fake it. I'll do it for real. Anyways. Okay, so Stoke Calendar, let's kick it off. May 2nd is the first Sunday of May. That means one thing and one thing only. Get your booty to the Indian Creek Trail and let's go push some skateboards.
But you already knew that about that. We talked about that last episode.
Every single fucking freaking month. I'm trying to cut down on the cuss words this episode.
That's a good idea, so we don't have to bleep them out as often.
Well, exactly, dude. If you watched the last episode of Stoke Chow, you will notice that we bleeped everything but one thing, and it took Sam forever to edit that stuff. Yep. So anyways, May 2nd is the push. Come to the Indian Creek Trail. If you can't push a lot, push a little bit. Meet us up somewhere. We're going to be on the trail from 10 o'clock to 10 to 1. I'm going from Missouri to Kansas. 1 to 3, we're going from Kansas to Missouri. So somewhere between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., hop on the trail, raise some hell, piss off some tightly clad spandex bicyclists. Spandox.
Johnson County white folk.
Spandox.
Piss off some Johnson County spandex wearing bicyclists, and make sure to give lots of high fives and positive vibes.
Yup.
Unless you don't want to spread COVID, in which case just kind of like air high five them as they look at you nasty when they pass you, because that's what those asshole jerk faces do. Asshole jerk faces. I shouldn't have said asshole again. Now you got to.
You said it again too.
3 times. 3 times. May 2nd, first Sunday. Push on the Indian Creek Trail. Come out and say what's up. Hopefully we'll see you on the trail. You know, the only people I've been seeing on the trail recently have just been like little kids.
Yeah.
Like I've not ran into any people over 20 on the trail, and I want to see more of that.
I haven't been there in a fat minute. I'm stoked to get to this one.
Oh my god!
May 9th!
Oh my god. That brings us to May 9th, which happens to be the second Sunday, when hopefully, weather permitting, we'll have the second Stoke Clinic of the year. Because the first Stoke Clinic in April was freaking amazing.
Certified bang.
Oh, holy balls. That was what I've been waiting for all year long. Suddenly the universe was correct. How'd you guys as a Stoke Clinic go?
Oh my god.
Badass.
Yeah, it was
badass.
so good.
I couldn't believe how many people showed up for that one. And then, oh my god. My biggest thing about that Stoke Clinic was most of the day it was a big group of us trying to learn how to do the one-handed Coleman's.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was such a blast just seeing a bunch of people sit down the hill.
Wait. One-handed Coleman's?
One-legged.
The one-legged.
Oh,
one-legged.
okay.
One-legged.
I'm like,
sorry, I meant one-legged.
Bro, Coleman's are one-handed.
I meant one-legged. Sorry.
Push up.
Technically, this is two-handed Coleman's because you're
only doing one hand for a Coleman.
but then I have to grab the board with my other hand.
Okay,
because
well,
I'm kicking the foot out.
I see your one-footed Coleman. Those were looking sweet. Those were looking super, super awesome.
He got it down. He got it down.
Hopefully we got some footage of that. I believe it's out there. And that basically is it for May because, so normally we do the Main Street Mob on the Memorial Day weekend, but we can't do that anymore because the city decided to tear up May and they're putting a trolley from River Market all the way to the plaza. Main Street Mob, rest in peace. That leaves an opening for us to do another Broadway bum. That pencil.
So I threw it on
another Main Street Mob type or Broadway bomb because we'll call it what it is. It's a Broadway bomb style outlaw race. I'm totally open for suggestions. If we could put it into this May slot, that would be sweet. Another event that's going on in May as well, and this might get pulled off in May. We don't know 100% yet, but we were talking about taking a trip to St. Louis because normally St. Louis hosts their slalom race that same weekend. So we'll have to see how it goes. And then the last thing on the calendar for this Stoke Chow is we want to make sure to mention June 6th. June 6th is our first Sunday of the month in June.
First push!
So meet us on the Indian Creek Trail for that. And then make sure you ask off right freaking now.
Now.
Ask off for it right now. I don't want to hear any of this horse shit excuse stuff that I heard all weekend long. I had to work. I had to be responsible. I had a gallbladder surgery. My grandma died. I don't want to hear any of that nonsense.
Yeah, make sure your grandma dies another weekend.
Don't have the shits.
Whatever your deal is.
Sorry.
Make sure you take off for Father's Day weekend, the whole weekend. Boards and swords. I'm just gonna make sure
announce
to read
it now.
I know we're not supposed to cover.
Hey, that's fine. That's a good warning. We know we're doing it. Father's Day weekend. Clear your weekend out.
Yep. Father's Day
we're
weekend.
Doing it. It's happening.
We're going camping. The shop is going to be closed. Don't freaking come here. I'm stoked for boards and swords.
I mean, if you're not going to go to the event, it's still okay to come 39th Street. There's going to be other places opening. Support 39th Street. Fuck yeah. 39th Street's the shit. But don't come to the shop.
You can come to the shop, but we're not going to be
No one's going to be here.
All the neighborhood's gonna be like, dude, we know about boards and swords. Those guys aren't here.
No,
Do you need to see how quiet the neighborhood is? So, anyways, that's what's up. That's on the calendar. That's the Stoke Calendar for May and June. May 2nd push, May 9th Stoke Clinic, Memorial Day. We need to foster a new Broadway bomb style race, or. I don't think St. Louis has announced the slalom race at all. So
that will be posted update wise on like Facebook, Instagram. You know, we'll know if that's gonna happen. We'll let you know. That one's like a big fucking maybe. Sorry, I didn't mean to say fucking. Sorry, I'm saying fucking again. I'm fucking stupid.
Getting more time.
Anyways,
stop.
What's this? Oh my god! A segue! Stoke Clips!
Now that we have transported magically to the viewing of the Stoke Clips, here we are. We're at 157 posts. Look at these. Look, they're getting more and more. More Stoke Clips are infiltrating the top post. I don't even see the posts that were before we came along. You're welcome, Instagram. Thanks for finally knocking those other yahoos out. All right, so we've got the Stoke Challenge. Don't forget the Stoke Challenge. We'll call that bonus points. We should call that bonus points for discarding these Stoke Clips. If you did the Stoke Challenge with your Stoke Clips, that's like an extra little oomph, I think. Like an extra little, hey, not only did you do a Stoke Clip, you did the Stoke Challenge too. All right? So, last month's, or April's Stoke Challenge was neighborhood lines. So we're going to keep in mind all these neighborhood lines when we watched these 9 Stoke Clips. We only had 9 Stoke Clips, so it should be easy. And don't forget, in case you have forgotten, the winner of this Stoke Clips gets a full selection of Riptide bushings. This is a big, several $100 retail worth of bushings from Riptide, but yeah, he'll totally eat those bags.
He's like,
He's like, oh yeah, dude, give me some of that. After we finished last month's, April's Stoke Clips, is this right here? Let's turn the sound on.
Doing the Lord's work.
Doing the Lord's work. Making sure folks don't trip. Here we go. Lime Creek Trail. This is definitively Shoal Creek Trail. This is Shake's neighborhood line, I would say.
Dude skates a lot.
He does skate a lot. It's awesome. I love it. Trail skating, man. The Shoal Creek Trail. Do them carbs.
Right? Especially on that Evo. I always love seeing that optics or whatever camera mount.
Dude, he's like I said before in previous Stoke Clips, he's the Batman of camera mounts. For show. Very nice, Shakes. Very, very nice. Should I call him Shakes on this video? Anyways, we got another video. See why I call him Shakes. Shakes 816. Here's found an abandoned car. Little off the trail. Off the trail, I'm sure you're sure. Keep carving, people. Spread some Stoke. The amazing things, and I bet he's like skated that a bunch. Isn't that weird how the camera's doing like the top down, bottom down thing?
Gotta use the knees more, Shakes. Come on, man.
He's like, skate to here, skate to here. Cool, the things you find along the trail.
Right.
Beautiful nature. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, Shakes.
Good edit, though.
More of that Shoal Creek Trail action.
Matthew
Williams. Not even from Kansas City anymore. Ooh, he's been working on those ollies, man.
Yo,
you know,
nollie
the cool
that
thing...
was an ollie.
Was that a nollie? Because it wasn't his nose, it was his tail. Or was it his nose?
Well,
that was totally his nose. Working on them nollies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's the next video? Nice.
Ollies, hell yeah.
Dude, he's getting there.
He got it rolling now, too.
Matt Williams is one of those guys. He will just, like, obsess over a certain style until he gets it dialed in, man. It's cool to see your progress from Kansas City to here. I like that. Getting there. Getting there, dude. Looking way more smooth, brother. Way more smooth. I'm going to watch that one more time. Getting there, dude. Dude, I'm so stoked. Hell yeah, Matt. Hell yes. All right. This is a black screen. We don't know what we're getting here. The Oak Boys downhill. Neighborhood lines. Showing some Ethan love. These kids at the Stoke Clinic were just ripping so hard.
Oh,
Yo!
my God.
Bro, and he's on like easy hogs too, dude. Hell yes, Ethan.
Damn, son.
Fuck yes, dude.
Look at that
Clean
form.
clip. Oh,
Nah,
shit.
Ethan, dude, you were doing some stuff. What at the Kessler community session on Saturday? Dude was almost hitting 30 miles an hour on wore down easy hogs at Kessler Park. The fastest anyone hit was 32. It was really, really rad. And they were all on tantrums, like 68 millimeter tantrums. It's pretty sick. Here we go. Here's another Matt Williams. Doing some working them ollies. Boosh!
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Getting some pop in there.
Poppity poppin' poppin'. Keep working it, man. Keep working it. Bloop. Nice,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
You're doing better ollies than I can do.
Yeah, I definitely can't land them that well.
Holy shnikes. All right, Noah Hurst. Strava said it was 33 miles an hour. Who knows with GPS stuff? Some more neighborhood lines here. Another one of the Oak boys.
Nice. Good line.
I want to watch that again, actually. I was too busy
Alright.
talking and not busy
Yeah,
watching.
shut the hell up, Joe.
Shut up, dude. Meow.
Nice. Dude.
Back into his talk.
Nice.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Text cleaning
Love
up.
it.
Like it.
Skirt, skirt, skirt. Very nice, dude. Very nice. All right, what do we got? This looks like Kessler.
Yeah.
Is this from the April Stoke Clinic? Shakes out of Stoke Clinic. You see all the people we had, dude.
Yup.
Going down the fast way there. Luckily, this wasn't the clip that they took out Colleen. Sorry, Colleen.
Sorry.
Our new guys, man. Right on, right on. And yeah, shout out to that Shroppers Union. Much love.
Such a good day.
Him and Mike always repping, dude. Always repping. Super Red. That's one of the great things about the Kessler Park Hill is that it's got such a great ability to ladder up the hill. Like you're not stuck going from the top. You got a nice kind of midway. How fast do you want to go? How fast do you feel comfortable? Let's learn in a controlled and as safe manner as possible.
That way, if you put your front trucks on backwards, it's
You don't die as bad, for certain.
only a little bit.
Only a little bit. Only a little Oh man, nice Shakes, nice. I did like that one, right? Okay, good. I liked it. Good. Looks like some more neighborhood lines from the Oak boys. You gonna be a jerk? You gonna play? Skirt.
Nice.
Ethan doing some. Oop. He thought about it. Dude, those kids have been every single time I see it at the Kessler community session. It was so polished. It was so rad to actually kind of get, because at Stoke clinics when these guys show up, I can't really get to spend time with them. I got to spend lots of quality time with them on Saturday. It was super, super, super awesome. It was great to watch you guys skate, man. A faux show. Alrighty, here we go, Reese. Some good old neighborhood lines. Location, please. And speaking of location, while this thing is messing up and figuring out what the hell it's doing, they were talking about hosting a little event in their neighborhood. So we may soon. So make sure you stay tuned to the Kansas City Longboarding community for when and if they decide to do an event there. It should be epic. You guys have been watching these clips.
And I keep telling them I want to skate this neighborhood too.
Yep. So they've been hearing your deal. They've been hearing your deal. They've got a lot of runs. They say they don't even hit because they're kind of there's some fresh pave. Nice.
Oh,
very nice.
this makes me want to skate exit ramp again. That's what this neighborhood reminds me
Yeah.
of. Is my local spot.
He's kicking up the hill, and I was gonna kick down the hill.
All right, love.
Here he goes. Now he's kicking it hard. Nope. We're good. Do it. Do it, fool.
Full clear. Full send.
Meow.
Very nice.
Very, very nice. Super, super nice. Righteous. All right, gentlemen. All of that I know we've seen. I don't know how they just determine these top posts.
I don't know.
I
Top
feel
post
like
makes no sense.
I feel like
likes, comments, and views.
I feel like Instagram's top posts is a lot like my commentary, random and not applicable to anything.
I would agree with that.
Good job Instagram for sticking with my
good
branding.
job Instagram for being like Joe.
Yeah, congratulations.
Anyways, I know mine is between the Noah Hurst post and the very first Oak Boys downhill post.
Okay. Let's look at these. Let's look at these. Let's begin the deliberation. If you are not familiar with this yet, Rydog, you are our third person. You are the tiebreaker, and you get to. So you said the first Oak Boys. Is that this?
Yes.
Here we go. Ethan Brenner. Nice, dude. Wow. Man.
That one and the Noah Hurst post.
Okay, so we got this one. We got the Noah Hurst.
They both did neighborhood lines, and the videos were sick as fuck.
Noah Hurst. Here we go.
Noah Hurst coming down.
Dude, he's just like charging, bro. All these dudes are charging, man. You can just tell they're chasing for it, man.
It's easy for me between those two.
Oh, man. All right. Rydog, what's your selection? What do you think, man? Which of these 9 beautiful clips deserves a full amount of bushings from Riptide?
Definitely the Noah Hurst.
The Noah Hurst one?
Yeah.
This one right here.
Yup. It looks super steezy. I love that heel side hugging line. Right into the tuck.
He's like getting right into it.
Yeah, I've seen him work on his tuck. I've given him a few pointers. He's just ran it. It's looking really good.
Look at that. He even wrote me a love letter. P.S. Bought this board Land Yachts Osteon for me over 2 years ago. Still shreds. Much love, dude.
Best board shop around.
Oh, we're okay.
Bullshit, right?
We're just trying to stoke up.
Don't buy anything.
We're just trying to
come from the store.
We're just trying to stoke up the community a little bit. Oh man, see, I thought I had my choice, and then I watched it again. All right, let me look at this.
The other one is really sick.
Let me look at this, because I'm really. Because really, and watching him skate from the Kessler community session, like, easy hogs, boom, nailed it. My vote's gonna go this one. I'm gonna do this one. So this is Oak Boys downhill. This is gonna be the tricky one for you guys because I'm gonna select this one. This is the one I'm picking. It's neighborhood line. It's steezy as fuck. He's been skating super, super hard. Should be so. This is and Julian brought this up a few times ago too. Oak Boys downhill is the group. Ethan Benner is obviously the skater.
It goes to the skater. We decided this last episode.
Goes to the skater. That is the decide. Noah Hurst. Good job, Ethan Benner. I'm gonna agree with Aaron on this. I think you get the Stoke Clips for this month, bro. So swing by the shop, man. Pick up your freaking bushings, bro.
Air horns.
Owen's like, the fuck, dude? Get the fuck out of here.
Quit that shit.
This one was definitely first pick. Noah had close second.
Look, dude, it was
for me,
super, super tough, dude. And I know some of these guys are using some Valkyries now, so I know they'll put those tall bushings into use. There's some lighter dudes. I feel like even bushing pack wise, this will go to Ethan Benner. You are the official winner. I got some bushings set off to the side for you, bro. It's nothing fancy. It's just a lot of stuff for you guys to play with. I cannot wait to see like what you guys do with this bushing pack of goodness. Oh, I shouldn't have turned to that yet. I cannot wait to see what you guys do with this bushing pack, what you can learn from these quality Riptide bushings. Ethan Benner, you are the winner. See what I did there?
No, I didn't.
Ethan Benner, you are the winner.
Yeah.
That's stupid, dude.
Whatever, your mom's
Lyrical
stupid,
genius.
dude. Lyrical genius. See, I
Look,
like this
no,
fucking
lyrical
Rye Dog
sphere.
guy
You're-
already.
no, you're
This
insane.
Rye Dog guy is way fucking more. You're gonna ruin your
Your spot is in jeopardy, bro.
your spot is in jeopardy, co-host. Fucking keep it up. Speaking of co-host and speaking of Rye Dog, we should talk to this fucking guy.
Look,
And,
I found a segue.
And look, it's a segue. Hey, look, what's this? Is this a segue? This guy right here is the fella that I like to call Rye Dog.
Our unit.
I'm
or
sure-
Rye bread.
Ooh, rye. Oh, does anyone call him rye bread? I thought you
Yes.
didn't like rye bread. Do you like rye bread?
Apparently got a whole group chat named after
Yep.
after a conversation with this man about that name.
Yes, he does. Call him rye bread. Call him Rye Dog. Call him R Unit. Call him Riley. But don't. What should we not call you? What should no one should ever call you.
Bleep that out.
Thank you.
Dude. Yes!
Redacted.
Yes! Redacted. Beep! People are like, but I don't know what to call him.
Well, if you heard it, you'd end up calling him that to piss him off because people are jackasses.
And then
so
you're gonna
bleep
kick
that
in the
out.
balls.
Them.
Tonight on Stoke Chow, we've got Rye Dog, a local guy who's been. How long? Okay, so Have you been How long have you been skating?
1 month, 1 year, 1 month.
1 year, 1 month. He's fresh.
It's
Freshie. Fresh. But what's really, really cool about Rye Dog, and this is something that I was really, really stoked. Like the more I've got to know you over the year and 1 month, has been you kind of have a background in a lot of different disciplines. So there's parkour. There's some physical training. There's card dealing. Mm-hmm. What all stuff have you done before longboarding?
For longboarding, the biggest thing I would say would be martial arts.
Yeah?
8 years of my life.
You did like some sword fighting shit. with Katie.
Yeah.
Did
Like-
that stem from martial arts?
Was that part of the martial arts? The sword
the sword
fighting.
fighting.
Yeah, that was my introduction to sword fighting. It was specifically Filipino martial arts, which is a really, really cool, I don't know how to call it. It's just a really cool discipline. That's the word.
Discipline.
Discipline.
That's the word we use, but we don't like to use because
Yeah. Fuck one.
discipline.
Discipline. We're delinquents.
So, anywho.
But also, nice discipline.
Yeah,
buddy.
good discipline of you. Good. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, brother.
Well, my introduction to it was really funny, actually. I was at an anime convention when I was, 15?
So you're at.
I'm feeling old.
Shut your pie hole with the old talk.
Age is a mindset.
You're right. It's just every
Holy-
so often I'm
Holy
like,
moly.
21-year-olds were born in 2000. Holy
That was 21
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up. I was
what
talking
the
about this with my
fuck?
roommate the other day. Is like all it takes to figure out if you're legal to buy alcohol now is if you look at the ID and it says 19 anything.
Yep.
You're good.
Yep.
You're f***ing good.
Shit. Man, if you were born in the 1900s, you're okay to buy the alcohol by now.
Yeah. Passage of time.
that's
fun
brutal.
stuff.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I barely remember my 21st birthday, but
Same.
that was because it was about the time you guys were born. So,
Anyways,
all right.
I was 15.
Anyway,
I was-
15,
I was
you
at
got
a-
into an anime convention.
Yeah, I was at an anime convention. It was my second one ever. It's called NakaCon. It still happens in
Ooh,
Kansas
local.
City. Yeah, it's really good. Overland Park, amazing. Even if you don't like anime, amazing fun.
Shout out to all the people that put a lot of hard work into doing that locally too.
I know.
Those conventions are no joke.
Yeah, I know a lot of organizers. I know 2 of the DJs that do the weekend shows. I know a lot of huge cosplayers that spend hundreds of hours on crazy shit. Yeah. Super hell yeah. But I was there in the courtyard, and if you're not Kansas City, you don't know the Overland Park Convention Center. The hotel has like a little courtyard in between the actual hotel itself and the convention center, and it's just grass. I saw 2 dudes with fucking swords fighting. I was like, I gotta go over there.
That looks wicked sweet.
Right? I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I met Caleb. That's where.
That's how you met Caleb.
That is how I met.
So Caleb, also a local. Like
now.
Yeah. Now, was he not a local then?
No, he lived in Arkansas for most of his life.
What?
Yeah, he traveled with his roommate at the time around the country, different conventions, doing wild, crazy shit that we could spend hours talking about, and teaching sword fighting.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's how I got introduced. And the other dude, when I first talked to him, he handed me a sword, and he was like, okay, kill me. I was like, bet!
Pointy end goes towards you, right? Like, had you did martial arts before then, or was that something that like came like afterwards? You were like, sword fighting is cool as hell. Let me freaking learn how to do that kind of thing.
So it was a little bit of both. I'd done a little bit of martial arts, like your standard karate, fucking. I gotta get my kid into something. Like let's put them in karate. He hates
baseball. Let me put him into something that isn't baseball.
They're skinny as shit and can't do football.
AKA he's a weakling, and I hope he doesn't die in grade school.
We're the same body type, and I did football.
Okay,
We've had this conversation before, though. So
were you the kicker, though? Were you the guy that they kicked?
I was a receiver, actually.
I bet you were the receiver.
I was not fast
tight end,
enough.
if I remember right.
Yeah,
tight
end
I
receiver.
wanted...
Yeah, buddy.
Hey. Oh, yeah, buddy. See, I wanted to be a tight end. I was not fast enough, and I weighed 90 pounds in 9th grade.
I can run short distances fast as so.
I can't.
Only short distances, though. I can't do a long distance
as
fast.
Joe knows, I'm more of the long distance type of person.
He does the long distance now.
Yeah, I'm better at endurance than I am speed, but I could do short distances fast as hell.
Right. Makes sense. I could not. So, combination of that, I always dreamt about like sword fighting and shit because it's super common in fantasy.
And it's freaking cool.
It is badass as fuck. Any 98% of movies you see is fake sword fighting. Go look up real sword fighting.
Choreographed.
Yes.
Not fake.
Well,
that's different. Whatever, dude. What do you know about sword fighting?
Not shit, Odin.
I didn't think so.
You only know about fucking
tearing up stuff.
Right?
And
licking your asshole.
Puking on the ground. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Good example. Good example, bud.
Yeah, I read a lot of fantasy. A lot.
I think everyone dreams, like, ever since Princess Bride.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I dreamed of being a sword fighter. Because...
Mine was Aragon. Yeah. There wasn't a movie. There's nothing to talk about in there.
What the crap is Aragon, dude?
It is an amazing book about...
But we can talk about books, dude. We're literate people.
Yeah, I'm just saying. There's no movie. The movie's...
Read the...
dog shit.
Book. There was a movie?
Dog poop. Yeah.
It was a game adaptation, too.
There was also a game. The game was okay.
It was a Warner Brothers movie, wasn't it?
Yes, and it was really bad.
Now I remember the game also well. The game was also garbage. Do not play the game.
The mechanics were trash. The story was okay. The book was amazing. There is 4 books now. There was 2 when I started reading them. But that was I love dragons. I have dragon everything in
Did you ever
house.
read any of the Anne McCaffrey Dragon Riders of Pern?
No, I heard about it, and I've wanted to. I'll put it on my list. Because I wanted to read more books.
I don't school.
Yes. School. Reading is cool, kids.
Yeah, learn to read. School sucks.
Don't be a
Reading
like
is
this
for
guy.
the weak. You know what else is for the weak? Sleep. Mistreat yourself. That's the way to go.
We only about self-care in this bitch. Do not. Do not.
That was a joke. Don't listen to what I just said.
All I've got at this point in time is just like a lot of like self-reflection and
yes,
and like I really can't say shit and not be a hypocrite because life is hard and then you grow up.
Yep.
And then you realize that it's all a lie.
Then you die. Then you respawn. Then you
Then
kill
you
motherfuckers!
Oh,
no.
Okay, anyways, reconvening. So,
that was my introduction. That was really where my passion about sword fighting came about.
have you found any correlations between your sword fighting? Because I've watched you and Caleb, like, duel it out and stuff like that. We'll come back. And do you feel like there is any correlation between learning sword fighting and learning longboarding? Because you're still fairly new. So,
Right.
like...
All things considered, yeah. So, this is a quote that you will know from The Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. Very good read for anybody, even if you're not into martial arts. But when you know the way broadly, you will see it in all things. It seems very vague and woo-woo bullshit. But if you...
bullshit. It's
right.
real life.
If you focus on one thing for a long time and then you start to see that thing outside of the physical parameters that are set, when you start to see sword fight, for me, is when I started to see sword fighting as not just the sword fighting itself, like I gotta put my wrist in this very specific position, and if I grip the sword a certain way, I'll get like a couple inch advantage, which you'll hear a lot from modern
your mom.
day. From mom. That's what she said to me my entire childhood. And back.
Hey, shut the fuck up. Hey, Riley, how'd you get into skateboarding?
We were on connections between martial arts and longboarding.
Yeah, that's where we were going, dude.
Yeah.
That's where the segue was at.
So,
Y'all were fucking...
That's really interesting about the correlation between, you know, your martial arts experience, anime, and longboarding. It kind of goes to show that, like, you know, no matter where you come from in longboarding, there's still, like, ways you can kind of, like, apply yourself. Just like you were saying with the Miyamoto Musashi, when you find one way, you find all things in one way. Man, that's really freaking interesting. Is that a good enough segue, asshole? Are you done glaring at me, or, like, fucking what,
What do you mean
bro?
segue? We're still in an interview. We've asked him like one question, dude.
I've asked him, like, 2 questions.
2 questions, it's been like an hour. Like,
It's
that's
been
my
a great
point.
conversation.
any conversation with you.
Hey, Riley. When did you start longboarding?
I
A
started
year and a half ago. That was the first question.
1 year, 1 month.
Okay, and he didn't really go in depth on it. We went in depth on sword fighting and then your mom jokes for like a fucking hour, dude.
What else you
I
talking
don't
about?
remember where we're at because
What
the
else you
conversation
talking about?
hasn't been a real interview.
After sword fighting, there's no other conversation but your mom jokes.
We went in depth on your mom.
All right, dude.
Ooh,
I'm
dude.
done asking questions.
Completely
This
in-depth
is
on his
you
mom.
two. I'm sitting here and making faces at the camera for Sam to enjoy because she's gonna be on the same page as me, and I know it. Here we go. Starting now. Go.
Seriousness.
All right, what's up? So the question I asked: when did you start getting into longboarding, Riley?
It was March of 2020, right before the Forbidden Word shutdown.
Wasn't it technically February? Because it was
Well,
Super Bowl.
So
is he
I got-
answering the question, or are you answering the question?
No,
Well,
that-
I'm just
that was a good
verifying
point.
because I actually somewhat
You already
know the
know
answer.
the answer.
I already like somewhat know the answer.
That's a good point. I had the first time I'd actually stepped foot on a longboard was fucking had to have been like September of 2019 with Caleb.
See, that's what I want to know. Is like the first
Yeah.
time you actually
the
did
very
start, like,
very
longboarding.
first. It was really only at Caleb's, like, he lives in one of those resort style apartments where they have really flat fucking parking lots, and I really only skateboard around there.
When I hear resort style parking lots or resort style apartments, I think of like open bar and like full drinkage.
There's no open bar, but there are grills. I would imagine some of them are. Maybe not in Missouri. Or, well, Kansas. Fuck Kansas.
Yeah, I was like Kansas. Missouri's pretty damn lax about
If it was
drinking
Missouri in a resort style apartment, you would probably definitely have a full
Probably, definitely.
open bar.
Just skating parking lots, like that. until Super Bowl party. I was hanging out at Caleb's house.
I loved going over there because it literally just
Let's
turned
save that.
into everybody wanted to skateboard, and we all hung out and skateboarded in the parking lot.
It was dope as fuck. We hit halftime, and well, rewind. Aaron came over. I knew we briefly talked. Sabrina actually told me that you were a little social anxious.
I was terrified to come over. I didn't want to go because it was literally I didn't know any of you guys. I didn't know anyone. I'd never even met Sarah. I didn't even meet Sabrina before. Like I literally had never fucking known anyone that went to that party. And I'm
so glad he did.
I got thrown into a big group chat, and then I was told, like, I just need to come anyways because pretty much everyone felt the same kind of way, but they just all known each other. And I was like, okay, fine. Showed up.
He walked in. I remember Caleb has all his fucking longboards set up right in front of the front door. Like, there's a wall there, and they hang the keys and whatever, you know, some bougie Johnson County bullshit. But all the boards are right there on the wall.
You gotta hang keys somewhere, dude.
No, let's keep them in my pocket.
You don't keep them in your pocket all the time.
I keep them on my desk otherwise.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
They're
everyone's
hung
gonna
up.
start for the keys.
I guess.
Anyways.
I'm really bad at keeping places for things. Except for
What?
Nick and
How?
Mom.
Anyways, what happened?
Yeah, Aaron walked in, saw the fucking longboards, and I don't remember if he said anything immediately because I was
No,
really
I didn't
drunk
even.
that
I
night.
didn't even actually see the longboards.
Oh,
Literally,
really?
I walked
Okay.
in, and then everyone was reading themselves, and Caleb came up and was like, "So I heard you're into longboarding," and I was like,
That's
"Hell yeah, I
right.
am!" And then Caleb points to his corner
that's
of
right.
longboards.
That's right.
And immediately I'm freaking out. I'm like, hell yes, I've already got a connection. Like, okay, we're good.
Let's
This is
go.
a fun party.
Yeah.
Here we go. There's a longboarder here.
Yup. We started drinking. I was so damn drunk. I was fucking lit.
Dude, it turned into drinking
Yep.
and like
And then we hit halftime.
Caleb and Riley and a few other people just asking me about longboarding.
Yep.
And then me just like in the middle of like Super Bowl happening, I'm just like, I've got like all my longboards in my car right now. Like,
It hit halftime and we were like, F this. Let's go fucking
Outside.
longboard.
We're
Yeah. And then we skated the rest of the Super Bowl. Go Chiefs. Like, I'm so glad we
That was
won
the year
that
and
one.
we
that was
won!
the year the Chiefs won.
That was the best part.
Yep.
Like, it was fun to skip halftime because we went out, skated, have a good time, came back and watched
To
the
the fourth
Chiefs
quarter.
win, dude.
Dunked on them. Dunked on them. And we skated through the halftime
It was a good
through
day.
most of the third quarter. Yeah, it was dope as fuck. And then 1 month later, I came into this shop, met this badass dude, bought my... Shut the fuck up.
He's badass.
Yeah, you're a fucking badass. Every time...
This interview's not about me, it's about you.
I know.
Shut up, it's not about me either, but I'm part of the story. And you are too,
Exactly.
so shut the fuck up.
You have helped mold me into who I am today, you badass motherfucker.
You want to know the story, you're part of the story.
Thank you.
I already know that part of the story.
Okay, but
viewers
they
don't.
don't.
Exactly. I came in, bought my first board, Land Yachts Drop Cat,
Good
33
board.
inch, such a good board.
It's too short for me. It's okay, you got the long version now, and that board is for me. That board's tight as
It just keeps getting better and better and better, man.
You like them long.
All those things is what your mom said.
done. Do the interviews by yourself from here on out. I'm done.
While you're down there. Booyah!
Aaron's right. It is a short board. I really had a lot of fun on it. I remember the one I wanted. I had looked for that entire month since the Super Bowl happened. I had looked and looked and looked, and I really wanted the loaded omakase. And I came in, and I was like, I'm looking for a board. I don't remember exactly the conversation we had, but I know you're doing your normal spiel, which I always love hearing. Trying to figure out exactly what I was looking for in a longboard, and I directly asked, like, do you guys have any loaded omakases? And you had said, pretty much no.
Oh man, that means we were out of stock of omakases for like a year.
Yeah.
I finally got any in.
I remember that.
That's brutal.
Yeah. And I remember you had been out of stock for a minute before that, too, because you were like, unfortunately.
Everyone was stoked on the omikases.
Yeah.
The sick
So,
woods.
at first, I had settled for the drop cat. I was still super stoked on it when I stepped on it, but it definitely wasn't what I wanted. And then I got out to skate more. I hit a couple local spots. Shout out to Snake Path. Really, exactly. Even this dude.
Are you gonna fucking hop up here or what?
No, f***
You're
you.
throwing off my groove, man.
Y'all threw off my groove. F*** off.
You're the co-host. Your job is to get thrown off your groove.
No. Not my job. I don't get paid.
I don't get paid either, dude. So
That's why I said it's not my job. I do this for fun.
It's all good. I do this for fun too.
My point. Oh my god.
It's too easy. Just
Fucking run the bit, dude.
If it wasn't so funny, I wouldn't have to laugh at it every time.
Oh, I'm so... This is meant as a compliment. I'm so glad I didn't know, like, we aren't the same age and I didn't know you when I was younger, Joe. We would have gotten in so much trouble.
We would have gotten a lot of trouble. Actually, that's what I'm really good at is causing lots of trouble.
Yep.
Cue the disclaimer.
It's up there in the shop
It's
when you come in.
First thing.
So, yeah, I got skating. I think, was it like 2 months later? I attended...
Keep going.
2 months later, I attended the first push, like full push. That was the one where I didn't hit the full 25 miles.
What push did you do on your first push?
It was ICT.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did. Oh, no. It wasn't. It was with Caleb. We were dumbasses and didn't know the full route. We started on the Kansas side. Went halfway down just before Corporate Woods. We hit, you know where it's like you go up the path through the woods and there's all the apartments on the left side and it's like a sharp right and there's that one hill and then if you push up the whole
Golf
big
course
hill,
to the right, 435 to your left.
you go under bridges.
Yep.
Yeah. And when you hit the second hill, if you push all the way up it, you can hit there's 3 hills, excuse me. The second hill, if you hit it fast enough, you can hit that third hill and keep going down till you hit that left, right by the creek. We stopped literally at that creek, rested, turned back, and went uphill. Backwards. It was ass. It was really hard.
One way is hard, one way is easy. It's the glory of the Indian Creek Trail.
That's what your mom
For
said.
sure. Yeah, dude, true story, actually. My mom said so many different things. So many different things.
But,
Mostly about this guy.
yeah. Dad?
Are you my dad?
You tried so hard. I tried so hard.
I just spit all over you and I don't even feel bad about it. I'm going to be really honest.
That's right, I haven't opened my beer yet.
There you go. So that was my first experience with the ICT. It was rough, but a lot of fun.
So far, everybody's first experience is pretty damn rough. I know mine was, for sure.
I thought it was going to be totally different than what it was, because I had done cross-country before as well.
This is a super interesting question. So when you heard, like, especially because I'm big into long-distance pushing. So when you heard... like, okay, long distance pushing LDP. What did you have in your mind when you heard that?
I didn't have a lot of expectations. Funnily enough, I'm probably not like the norm when it comes to asking this question because I had gotten into David Goggins the literal year before. If you haven't checked out David Goggins on Instagram and YouTube, dude's a monster.
I'm not gonna say
crazy.
I'm not gonna brag or anything, but Matthew Williams said that I'm like the David Goggins.
I would agree.
I'm just
Homie,
saying.
what
He's
did.
literally bragging. Don't listen to him.
I'm bragging a little bit. I don't brag a lot, but sometimes I have.
True. And when it does, you should pay attention.
No,
Because
don't
it's
pay
true.
attention. It's all horseshit.
But David Goggins had done like 200 miles up in the mountain.
That's badass shit.
Yeah,
I've
he
never done 200 miles on a skateboard. That dude ran 200 miles.
And then he got
That's
diagnosed.
definitely harder to do.
Well,
Way harder.
The harder thing is he got diagnosed with, it's not pulmonary edema, but it's pulmonary something. Some, like, serious shit.
Is that where liquid builds up in your lungs?
I don't know if it was liquid or what, but the doctors told him, like, you can't go out and finish the race. Like, you cannot run for the next week. 2 days later, guess what? He goes out and finishes, like, 60 more miles. It was in a desert area up in the mountains, so it's hot as fuck, like, high altitude, bunch of crazy shit. So, like, I'd already had this viewpoint of long-distance running, where I was like, okay, there are people out there who do a lot of crazy, crazy shit. So I went into it with as few expectations as possible, but with that being said, I also didn't really know what I was getting into.
Because really, like, Kansas, like, how hardcore could it be, right?
Right.
Like,
right.
It's flat.
It's not.
It's not flat.
I mean, it's flatter than a pancake, but if you size up a pancake to the f***ing size of Kansas, the dips in the pancake are taller than Mount Everest, which is a really cool fact. So Kansas is literally flatter than a pancake. Anyways, there are quite a few, if you look in the right spot, there are quite a few hills in Kansas. Quite a f***ing few. And what was it? Not the next ICT, because the next ICT I hit with you guys.
Was that one of the chill cruises? Or was that still before we started doing this?
No, that was before Chill Cruises.
Because
That's
Chill
definitely
Cruises was
way
Rona.
before. He was doing pushes with us before we ever started doing chill pushes.
But it was the
Good minute before.
It was the third cruise I finally did. I started at Alex George with you guys, 10 a.m. I pushed all the way to whatever the fuck the name of that park is in Kansas.
Hampton Park? The very end?
Park, yeah.
The very end of Kansas.
Very end, and I remember...
yeah, he'd done hard 25s with us before.
Yeah. One of the reasons I stuck so hard with this community was because even though at the time, I'm still, like, I'm not the fastest long-distance pusher.
Still super new.
Yeah, I'm getting better. I'm pretty impressed with a lot of my speed and time and endurance. Because fastest I've hit was like 9.5 miles an hour for a good like 10 miles, which is pretty dope on the ICT.
That's a good pace, man. It's a good pace.
Thank you.
Ups and downs and ups and downs.
Yeah, but I was hitting like 8-minute. No. I was hitting like 9-minute miles. Pretty slow on the ICT for the pace that most people hit. Right. I'm not saying that like I was doing terribly, just I was slower. Everybody else was pushing ahead of me. I was pushing by myself. It was a huge mental battle. But the reason I fell in love with this community was because every couple of miles, especially at an intersection, because I still didn't know the ICT, I've still gotten lost once by myself, so I don't completely know the ICT, but I feel a lot more confident by myself on it now. Mm-hmm. But at the time, I definitely didn't. Every couple of miles, I'd come up to an intersection, and there'd be Joe. Just chilling there, waiting for me. Sometimes with other people, sometimes not. But that was when I really fell in love with the community. Because you were always there to fucking push me on. Make sure I was doing okay. But also, you knew that I could do more. And that was the time that my right calf, there was a knot literally this big in my calf.
So at least it's half as big as your whole leg.
Yeah. It took up most of my calf, and I almost could not push with the right leg. I got to Hampton Park, and you remember this. It was when, I don't remember who it was, but one of your friends came and gave you like water and bananas and shit. But I hobbled over, laid down, I just couldn't sit up. Every time I sit up, my calf would cramp so hard.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember who you're talking about that came and gave me stuff, but I remember you having a hard time after we got to Hampton Park and everything.
It was really bad.
Good times.
Oh my god, looking back, that was so much fun, and then it just kind of exploded from
After
there.
that, you just kind of got hooked, like,
yes.
So that amount of punishment was like what like hooked you in. You're like, so beat you up more is what you're saying from like this point going forward.
A little bit. Also, it's kind of like who I am. I have a pretty addictive personality, so anything that I'm like... So it's weird. If I'm not immediately like really good at something, or even have an inkling of like, I could be good at this, I'm like, F*** this. Yeah. I can't do this, because a whole bunch of stuff in my childhood.
Is it the genius syndrome, where like, okay, if you grow up, like, because so I've heard this. Like, if you grow up and everyone's like, "Oh, dude, you're amazing, you're amazing,"
is how I know it.
gifted kids syndrome, exactly. Where like, if you were a gifted kid and everyone's like, "Oh my God, you're so amazing, you're so amazing, you're so amazing," which in the public education system, like what's your fucking bar, really?
It's the worst thing to do.
But anyways, so like then if they're not instantly good at something, then they're kind of like turned off with it. So you've experienced that like firsthand kind of thing.
Yeah, because when I was young, I was super advanced for my age. I remember this is one of my few memories I have from
Do you want
my
to talk
childhood.
about your deal?
Sure.
Are you okay to talk about that? Because
Yeah,
you have autism, right?
Yes.
You're highly functioning.
Well, I hate that term.
You hate highly functioning. So this is really
Yes.
good stuff, though. Because this is all... I feel like there's so many different people that longboarding brings in that, like, everybody kind of has a different hook into it. Kind of thing.
So the reason, to explain on that a little bit, the reason I hate highly functioning is because the functioning bit is based off of the neurotypical roadmap.
Word. Absolutely.
Right. And the way I see autism is like, everybody's given a certain instruction manual or map of the world when they're young. And if, say for example, you went to Detroit, right? But you had a map of Chicago, there's no fucking way you're gonna make your way around Detroit.
You're gonna have a hard time.
You're gonna have a really fucking hard time, and that's what happens with autistic people. We live in a very neurotypical, focused world, where a lot of society's expectations come directly from that map, from
more of a local
Right.
standpoint.
Everybody
than a
has
worldmode standpoint.
Everybody generally
Just in
has.
general.
Everybody
Yeah,
generally has a
that's
certain.
pretty much what I'm saying.
Everybody has a general like sort of mode of operation. So if
Right.
you do this, that means this is going on.
Right.
Whereas like people with autism don't have
They're
that
given different instruction
that correlation.
Yeah, they're given different instruction manuals when they're born. They have different fucking maps, and that's why I don't like the highly functioning tag, because highly functioning according to what?
Oh, we're towards neurotypicals for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. So I am autistic. That's among other things.
Get us started.
Yeah. Go down this road.
Hell yeah. That's what got us. That's what get us this look right here.
Zoom.
This poor guy.
Yeah.
This is where we should do like a montage of like how many times he's quit the conversation.
This is. Oh my god, this is the worst one, dude. Holy fuck.
You mean the best one?
Yeah, the best one yet, dude.
Sure,
it's
man.
always the best one yet.
Sure, man.
It's always the best one yet. Anyways, so that's really cool stuff. So like you've taken especially so like I feel like a lot of people, like at least what mainstream has told us about people with autism is that they typically avoid like high input situations where there's a lot of different stuff going on and stuff like that, but you still found a way, despite that, mainstream, like, neurotypical kind of thought process, you still found a way to kind of find yourself inside of longboarding, or something about longboarding has hooked you into
so
sort of
especially the LDP stuff, because I still get affected by high input situations. There are a lot of times, obviously, it's hard for you to see at Stoke clinics and stuff because you're engaged with a lot of the beginners, and there were so many last time.
Holy balls.
Holy shit, it was so cool. But there are a lot of times where I will just sit off to the side and like do my own thing because it's too much for me.
Right.
A lot of sensory overload. A lot of the times. I didn't know that was what it was when I was younger, but now absolutely there are a lot of situations where there's just too much. It's too bright, it's fucking too much noise, whatever.
Joe's too freaking...
It's never you.
Well, that's no. It's like that's like the beauty of Stoke clinics is like no matter who you are, there's someone who's in the same boat as you. Like, there's been plenty of people who have skated with us, and at a certain point, they gotta back off for a second.
Right.
They gotta back off, do their own thing. I've had to do it. Right. There's been plenty of times where when I just all of a sudden I have to go on a push.
Yep.
And
you've been on me with one of those.
We just gotta
go somewhere else and push away for a little bit, and then come back to the scenery.
And it's always fun.
And I see that all the time too, like, because everyone's got kind of a different, like, there was a young lady at the last Stoke clinic who showed up, and before, like, I was kind of like, I kept like, hey, you know, because I could see the desire, like, in what she was doing, but, like, I was kind of like, you could tell, like, every time I came up, she'd be like, and I'm like, okay, you know what, like, I understand, like, on a personal level, like, what that kind of means, like, that means
most skaters have been through it. Like,
back the fuck off. And like,
let me do my thing.
Let them do the thing, and then they typically figure it out. And that's kind of where, like, the Stoke Clinic and what we try to do, because that's one of the cool things about longboarding and skateboarding in general is, like, so many different people from so many different backgrounds come in, and, like, there's that common, like, even though there's all these different, like, sensory overload, especially skateboarding, man. Holy balls, there's so much
especially in a group.
Oh, holy cow. You get, like, a group of, like, 40-plus people, like, rocking and rolling. You got this dude who needs focus, this dude who wants to be left alone, this dude who needs a little bit extra attention, this dude who doesn't have any desire to be attended to. Like, everybody's got kind of their own thing, and that's been a really, really cool part about the Stoke Clinic.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I think the beauty of the Stoke Clinic is, like, there's people who are like, I don't want to skate in front of a crowd. It's like, that's not exactly what a Stoke Clinic is. Like, there is a group of people doing this, there's a group of people doing this, and then there's a group of people doing this, and then over here there's a group of people doing this, and then there's some people over here doing this. It's like, there's a niche for everyone in a Stoke Clinic, and it's like, if your niche is all of them, you've got plenty of places to go. If your niche is one or two of them, you got one or two places to go. Like, there's a place to fit in everywhere at a Stoke Clinic.
Yep. Like, and even Stoke Clinic, well, the last one I mostly did the cones course. Mm-hmm. And I know most other Stoke Clinics, like, I do a little bit of everything. And I know for a while I was doing, like, carving and pumping and stuff like that, trying to do flat ground, f***ing heel side checks and shit like that. But mostly it was just the cones course. This one, next Stoke Clinic, who knows what I'll do?
Who knows?
Exactly.
Yeah, who knows?
But
May 9th, by the way.
Hey,
May 9th.
Plug.
Oh, dude, so dude, you're fairly new. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of really, really cool background. You got a lot of really, really cool, like, different kind of inputs. I mean, I know that, a lot of what, neurotypical media is probably, I just coined that, neurotypical media bullshits. That, like, kind of, like, tries to explain autism and different kind of focus things and stuff like that, kind of, like, paints it a certain way, whereas, like, everybody's got a place in that sort of thing. And I hope that's really what when people come in, and especially, like, if you're still stoked on doing the skating and stuff like that, hopefully someone comes in and says, yo, I have autism and this is kind of what I've got going on. I can be like, hey, dude, like, there is a lot of people that are not neurotypical inside of longboarding, and, like, it's really cool to have, like, other people that are open with that, because some people, it's kind of stigmatized still a little bit. I feel like hopefully I can say, hey, there's other people just like you in this community. Here's this, just like transgender and any of the other type of, like, special kind of, like, not special needs, but, like, special things that people like, they're curious about. They're like, oh, dude, if I show up to this, I'm the only transgender in the group. You are not the only transgender person in the group.
Not at all.
You are not the only bisexual person. You're not the only autistic person. You're not even going to be the only cisgendered whatever type of thing.
Whatever you are, there's someone else in the group.
There is someone else in the group that is probably just as stoked about longboarding as you are. And everybody's got their own inroads into it, man. I mean, that's one of the cool things about it, man. There's I'm not gonna flash you.
Yeah, chill out. Hold up.
There's room enough for everybody, dude. There's room enough for everybody.
I was getting pretty scared too, dude. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Shout out to Shakes for making this super sick. Anyways,
but yeah, that definitely that was part of what helped hook me into longboarding was, you know, my autism or whatever. Obviously, because it's a part of my everyday life, right? That's mental illness. It's all in your head. No shit.
Illness. That's not a mental illness.
Just in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna say autism is a mental illness, man.
Right.
Hell no. Hell no.
No. But you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
Like these things, it's just part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
The thing for me, and this especially, I don't know how it would have been without the martial arts, but longboarding really helps me get into my body. And when a lot of times it feels like I need to get out of it, which is a really weird experience, especially when, like, we think of things as externals a lot, like this table is outside of me, and you know, you guys are obviously not me. You're
not
external.
inside you.
No, sir. But I'm inside your mom.
Yes.
See, now we're feathering them in. He's already over it.
Yeah, but you got 30 fucking straight minutes of it, so
no
I'm
one
done.
will ever know
So
30
I'm done.
minutes ever existed.
Yeah, they will, because they'll hear me bitching about it through the whole goddamn episode. Because you won't stop. Continue.
Don't stop till you get up.
That's what your mom told me.
Yes, dude. She tells everybody that.
Anyways.
Shit. So we think of physical things as, like, external, but a common experience with a lot of autistic people that I see is that they feel things very, 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 very strongly. And so there's also another thing, to our segue, there's something with autism called masking, which is essentially putting on a neurotypical face where...
Mimicking what you perceive other people are doing.
And I still do it to a certain extent, and like, not yet, a certain extent, quite a bit. If I don't know if you've ever noticed, but I picked up a lot of your mannerisms. I picked up a lot of Aaron's mannerisms. I pick up a lot of people's mannerisms.
Oh, that's
I'm the worst
humanity.
mannerism.
That's just humanity.
Yes,
I'm
but
literally,
that happens nowhere,
autistic
anywhere.
people do
I am
it
literally
even
the
more.
worst mannerisms to pick up ever.
I know, I love it.
Then maybe I'm autistic because
100%.
Dude, all of my mannerisms come from every friend group I've ever been in ever to existence.
For a
Like,
while when I was younger, my
nonstop.
personality was literally just pieces of my friends' personalities.
Me too.
Okay, maybe you are.
I was like, look, I haven't been diagnosed. I'm not gonna self-diagnose or anything, but like straight up, everything I say is either it's a meme I've read or it's something my friends say.
But I mean, I think that speaks for something like, okay, so like, you know, if we experience something, it kind of resonates with us, one way or the other. And I'm not gonna get all vibrational hippy dippy stuff, although I love doing that.
Yeah, I was like, please do.
But like, let's not. We've already diverged enough. We already talked about your mom.
Okay, but this is the kind of diversion that's a good diversion. Like,
so like, you know, if something resonates, dude, I just.
I fucking can't. You gotta get onto a diversion that would be good conversation.
So like, you know, if something resonates, you know, you kind of like, you're like, oh, dude, that's like super, super sick. It super, super resonates. Like, I'm gonna adopt that into my vernacular or mannerisms.
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of people will translate it through their own like experiences and stuff, and make it more of their own, whereas autistic people tend to, obviously I can't speak for everybody because not everybody's the same.
Every person is a little bit different, even in autism.
Right. But most autistic people tend to directly mimic things. Like, there was a point in time where I told Kayla, I was like, shit, I'm hanging out with Joe too much because I literally directly mimicked your laugh. And I was like, wait a minute. That came from my mouth.
Was it the laugh that everyone thinks is fake? The fake laugh? Yeah, right. Like, everyone's like, because I've had so many people comment like, bro, that laugh is fake as f***. Are you seriously laughing? I'm like, because I'm kind of taken back a little bit. I'm like,
What do you mean?
I thought
it's like at first glance, it does seem like a fake laugh.
I thought it was pretty funny. It was a real laugh on my part. Like, I was really laughing. But now you're thinking it's a fake laugh. Like, and then all of a sudden, like, my whole brain, like, connects, like, this whole thing. Like, have I been fake laughing the whole time?
No, that's your laugh.
Yes,
like,
that
as
is
someone,
your laugh.
as someone who knows you, I know that's your laugh. But as someone who's also...
Is it?
Who has also... I mean, this is the stupidest thing to say. Who has also met you before... Like,
You've met me once
or twice.
yeah, I was like, but like on first time meeting you, hearing that kind of a laugh, part of me probably did go like that sounded like a
that
fake
was
laugh.
a fake ass laugh.
But then I kept hanging out with you, kept hanging out with you,
You're
kept
right.
hanging out with you, and then it's just like eventually just like, oh, no,
that's just how the dude laughs.
That's how he
This is
laughs.
how he laughs.
That's all
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. It was not that laugh. It
Fair
was
enough.
your chuckle.
The fake chuckle.
No.
I get so many. Everybody.
You kind of chuckle like count.
Everybody.
The count.
The count.
Like
look,
straight up, you
okay,
do.
Okay.
True,
But
it's
to be
true.
fair, the count has the best chuckle of all
Fair.
time.
Yeah, his is better than yours for sure.
No, dude, look, I cannot even be close to mimic.
Nobody
the
can
count.
compete.
But
if you don't
that's
know what
like
I'm
the
talking
best
about,
way
go
to like describe it.
Go back to your Sesame Street and watch the count.
The count.
He,
Nice.
he sort of he has a chuckle very similar.
No, but it was your real like not fucking full belly dying laugh, but just your
I do have a
normal.
couple laughs.
I know exactly what he's talking about. I'm hearing it in
Like,
my head.
your
as he's
real
saying it.
laugh.
And I'm all
And
self-conscious.
I can't mimic
even
it.
laugh.
No, it's fucking amazing. It makes
should-
me laugh.
You should.
If your laugh makes other people laugh, that's a good laugh to have because it's
Exactly.
contagious.
Fair
Thank
enough.
you.
A contagious
Thank you.
laugh is a
Sweet.
good laugh.
I'm a laugh
Absolutely.
contagion.
When I really get
Laugh patient
I
zero.
don't think either of you heard my fucking dying laugh. Oh, it's so good.
Which one? Was it earlier? Did we find one earlier today?
Not quite. Almost. It's
We're
where I
getting
like inhale and I'm making noise when I inhale.
So like
I do that all the time.
like
Yeah, I do
inwards,
that all
like
the
inwards,
time.
like inward singing.
A little
Yep.
bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
You
dude.
can't say that.
Nice.
You're white.
White.
Anyway, so where your point was going, were you trying to say that like skating helps you break out of a shell? Because it's kind of like
Kind
what
of.
it kind of felt like to me, and like I've
Well-
seen it in your skating, and your skating like shows a different perspective of your personality.
Yeah.
From what I've seen of just social interactions.
Kinda. That was yeah. That is a little bit of it.
Man, if
For
you want to paraphrase and kill the conversation, I guess that's the way you can
I was
say
just
it.
trying
No,
to keep the
it
interview
didn't kill the
going. God damn it!
conversation.
And this is a
Uh,
real question I have for him because I've
yes.
seen this personally. I've skated with him so much.
it is a little bit of that. I definitely am a different person when I'm skating.
Yeah, straight up. Like I've seen it. Like when you skate, like it's a completely weird, different vibe. Like nothing wrong
I don't
with
think
it,
it's
but like
weird,
compared to like just
personally.
social interactions that we've had, and then
Yeah.
compared to skating situations that we've had, I feel like you were way more open with me when we were skating than any other interaction we had before.
Yeah, and that comes from a combination of like autism and also like trauma with like trust issues, and a whole different ass conversation that we could totally have. But to make the point that I was going to make is that
However much you want to put on YouTube.
I literally don't care. But the point I was going to make is that in general, autistic people feel things a lot, and
Passionately,
for me,
like on a level like if normal people
10
feel
times
things,
that.
yeah, if neurotypical feels things on a level of like 5 or
It's a 50.
3, then autistic people or people with autistic like on the spectrum, however you want to say that, like will feel things
Tend
at
to.
like an 11,
Yeah.
or a
It's-
freaking 20.
Yeah,
like,
it's super fucking intense. And for me, when I was younger, I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't have the support system to cope with these things. So the way that my brain coped and the way that I coped was that I like pushed the feeling away. Literally for like 2 years of my life when I was younger, I was completely apathetic.
yeah, just
Yeah,
like
last
it was
2
like
years.
the
Actual definition.
the
no
input
feeling.
was like too much and you just shut it all out.
Yep. Yeah, I turned and it was a combination of a lot of different things. I was going through a really bad like relationship, super abusive.
Which I feel like, so, and correct me if I'm completely wrong, but like because like on the spectrum you feel things like 50 different ways. Like for the other person in the relationship, they probably didn't even like
Maybe
understand like maybe what they were doing, but you were like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I feel this like so intensely, like
well, not quite. They were straight up fucking abusive. And the
those assholes.
well, see, the problem was it was one of my first like serious relationships, and I didn't have a good framework for what a relationship should look like.
Right.
So I thought that was the norm. So it was on both sides. It was not good. I'm not trying to say like, oh my crazy.
Those kind of people,
that's
but
bullshit.
also it
Do you-
takes two to tango.
But do you feel like so do you feel like, because I mean I feel like okay, so where we're getting a lot of our input and stuff like that is from a lot of media and stuff like that. So a lot of our framework of how relationships should work is movies, TV shows, yada yada yada. And
that definitely influence.
Word. So like when we're programmed, hey, you fall in love, you do this, you do this, you do that. Like those are easy steps for everyone to follow. This is
the way.
This is the way it is. Yeah. And all of a sudden, this relationship isn't. We're not following. We're on step 5. What the hell is this? Isn't step 1. Like what the hell is this kind of
It takes a different path and it throws everything off the fucking rails. Absolutely. But so coming from that place where I like shut everything out, it's very hard for me now to like to feel things in my body. And skating, especially long distance pushes, whether I have music or not, sometimes music can help, sometimes it's just a distraction. But just being out there, it's in nature, you can hear the wheels of your skateboard turning. Right, even on paths or the smoother parts, or it's just the whirring, you hear the bearings, you fucking hear your pivot cups, you know, whatever, you hear your foot contact the ground. It brought me into a very present state of mind that is very hard for me. It's easier now that I'm older and like I've had all these experiences, but it was very, very hard for me to access that feeling of being here and now. I know a lot of people in general, neurotypical or not, have that problem because of the way society is built with, you know, these fucking things.
I at least got like 3 messages while we were recording.
Yeah. Way, you don't even look at them now. Stop.
Exactly. To make my point, it is very easy to distract yourself from the here and now, what's happening in this exact moment. In skateboarding, it is very hard to not experience that. Obviously, I have been in places where I'm skating and I'm thinking about a whole bunch of different stuff, but that is when the skate gods demand payment.
Oh yeah.
Generally, they're like, "Hey, motherfucker,
pay attention, bitch."
Yeah.
You know what's my favorite part about you saying that is like it doesn't matter like in skate videos and people I've talked to about skating and all media's all alike in skating. Like it doesn't matter if you're autistic, you're this gender, you're this mindset, you're whatever. Everyone's had that same sort of idea is like skating helps them stay in the now and it like helps them take a break from reality. And like it's really cool like continuously in just every aspect still hearing that. Like just hearing like it just takes me away. Like I'm focused on the now. I'm skating and that's all that matters to me at that point in time and that's all that matters to me then and then I can go back to life right afterwards. And that's so cool to hear again. There
comes a point too where it's like okay, like look, like and I know like when I first jumped out of an airplane, like it was very much like okay, look, we've got these jobs, we got to pay rent, we got to do adult shit, blah, 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 blah,
blase,
blah.
blase,
But all of a sudden, like, for this few moments, seconds, minutes, however long your session is or whatever, you are present,
it's a very
regardless,
visceral experience.
Regardless of your, you know, if you're neurotypical or autistic or if you're transgender or any of these other things that society in general, you know, kind of divides us up and identifies us with, we all come together and we can all experience skateboarding in our own unique ways and it's real. Like
it's the human experience.
It's the superhuman
experience. We can all come together to disassociate from reality.
No,
it's the best.
But it's not even.
Not what I'm saying.
I don't even feel like this is disassociating with reality.
You're more in touch with it.
Because this is real,
for
dude.
Me,
100%. This is real. Look. This
there
is the
nothing
one moment
else but the present.
This is one moment in time where there is no chiming on your phone. There is no boss yelling at you that you're not doing it correctly. There's no this. There's
how
no
do
that.
I pay my rent?
There is only this motion in this particular instance. Whether it's Kessler Park, where you only got a quarter mile of experience to deal with. Whether it's I think this is the shitty part about how we've developed as a society is that okay, we're experiencing reality. We are right here in this moment. We have got 15 seconds of zero distraction and utter focus, and somehow we're programmed to think that this is the distraction.
Yep.
Whereas in reality, like,
I was about to ask, is like, am I fucked up for thinking that that's not reality? And
no,
reality
you're not
is
fucked
the
up.
problem.
You're not
We're,
fucked up. That's
like,
society's programming.
we're real right now, and this is 15 seconds or 20 seconds or a minute or however long.
It doesn't matter. It's not a long duration of
It's
time.
not a huge duration of time, but there is no other focus but our breath. And dude, like, if you've ever experienced speed wobbles, you've experienced this.
shit.
Where you're like, your board is going crazy, and in your head, you're like, okay, these are some decisions that I can make. Now, and if you think about that, like, if you boil it down to, like, time, like, all of a sudden, and we've all experienced speed wobbles, this is why I bring it up, is like, we've got to the point in our heads where, holy cow, this 15 seconds of time where our board is 5 seconds, where our board is just going insane underneath us, we're actually connected with this reality. This is all that is really real. There's no internet. There's no people yelling at you. There's no
bills.
rent due. There's no bills due. Okay, it's escape from what our day-to-day is, but it is definitively the realest real that you will have. And I feel like that's why, like, when we skate, like, whether we're neurotypical or autistic or whatever, like it doesn't matter. In this 15 seconds, we're about to eat shit. Like, we're about to get so jacked up that our body physically knows, like, I'm about to scrape on this ground and get beat up and get completely annihilated.
It's such an amazing feeling.
This is real.
Because at that point, it's fight or flight.
Life.
It's, what can I do to not make that happen?
It's
And for
real,
some people,
like,
especially
real.
me, it's not even a thought. It's just instinct.
Boom.
A lot of people, it's just a feeling that you get. It's like you have some like primordial fucking ancestral understanding of the way, because it's like it's in your bones, and your fucking soul is where this feeling comes from. It's not even, you don't think with words anymore. You just
think
do.
with do.
Ooga
You think
booga.
with do.
Chugga chugga.
Straight up.
Yeah, you just do, and it works out,
Or it
or it doesn't. Either way, it's the reality that you're in.
There's a
And
super real deal.
And the inputs you get from your senses, from your many senses, overload your. I like to distinguish between your sensing mind and your thinking mind.
Mm-hmm.
When you're thinking thoughts, you are pulled out of the now. You can't pay attention to all your senses.
You're comparing things.
Right. You don't have enough awareness in your brain. There's a limited amount of awareness and mental capacity you can put into different things. And when you're thinking, you can't put all that awareness into your senses. When you're fully sensing, when you're smelling all that you can smell, feeling all the clothes on your body, the way your joints are positioned in
Your
space.
knee pads are set up.
Right, where your foot is on the board, you know, how much lean you're given, when you can taste the fucking... A lot of times for me, especially when I'm skating on a hot day at Kessler, like my dry ass mouth, I can taste everything in my mouth. I hear the wind. I hear the people down there. And it's just like you become more than yourself because you are sensing all these things. And that automatically, when you're focused completely on your senses, you automatically stop thinking. Automatically.
Yep.
You cannot put awareness. You do not have enough points to put into your thinking mind when you're sensing.
It's like you overload yourself into presence.
Exactly. And you cannot be anywhere other than now. And that helps a lot, especially when you're autistic, because I spend so much of my time up here.
Yeah?
Especially because of my experiences trying to cope and mask and like all these different things. My brain is working on overload.
This is what society says I should do. Let me do this, even though I don't feel like doing this right now.
It's habit. I had to train myself so much to actually look people in the eyes, especially my dad, because when I was younger, I loved my dad, especially as I've grown older. But when I was younger, dude was intimidating as fuck. He's, I think he's 5'11" now, but he was like 6 foot when I was younger. Marine, fucking big ass dude. He was military police for Leavenworth, which is one of the highest grade military prisons.
That's where they send the bad military dudes.
The like baddest of the bad. It is one of the top 2 most secure military prisons in the country. And he was MP there, 12-hour shifts. Like, he went through so much shit. So dude was intimidating. Like, dude was fucking intimidating when I was younger, especially because I was a very small kid. Like, you see me now, I'm pretty damn skinny. I was even skinnier when I was younger. And he was super intent on, like, discipline. Like, look me in the eyes when I'm talking to you. And I had to train myself.
This is how the world works. This is how you're going to function.
This is how it is. You cannot look at somebody if you're not looking at them in the eyes. And funny thing, the more I'm on, like, social media, the more I hate and love it. Because I see other people who are autistic who have the same experience where they train themselves to look like right here instead of looking people in the eyes.
I'm the mouth guy.
Yeah, I feel that too. I do that especially because I have something that's super comorbid with ADP, which is ASD, which is autistic spectrum disorder. Comorbid, for anybody who doesn't know, means mental disorders that often link up with each other. So, like, ADHD and depression, or ADHD and OCD often go hand in hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think comorbid, and I'm like, two death things.
Yes. Yeah. But auditory processing disorder is something that is pretty comorbid with autism. For
APD?
APD with ASD.
I love initials.
All these acronyms.
Letters, words, English.
Yeah.
We got it all.
Make it all up.
We got it all.
Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. I have a fucking hard time. Sometimes people will be talking to me and it's just noise. I'm like, what?
Is it kind of like Charlie Brown thing on a thing? Like
a little bit. Not that exact thing, but a little bit. You should go see.
Man, there's actually a video I was just shown the other day where it's just a video.
Noise.
It's not. Yes and no.
Right.
It's literally someone who is literally basically showing what the English language looks and sounds like to any other language that doesn't understand English.
I've seen that video. That is what it sounds sometimes to hear people speak.
Yeah, because like literally you're listening to this person, you're like,
this should be
this
words?
kind of makes sense, but it doesn't.
Right. It should make sense, but it like nothing's
it doesn't. It's literally just gibberish.
Yeah.
With a few bit of words that you do know and understand,
right?
But in the context, makes no sense.
Right. Yeah.
It was pretty weird. And
that's why I look at people's mouths when they're talking a lot, because I can kind of see what they're saying, and it helps.
Smiles and frowns and like, okay, are they happy?
Well,
are they
so
sad?
that's a different thing. Interpreting social cues.
Right.
You're totally different. You're totally fine. I look at mouths a lot to see what words people are saying, so I can kind of, my brain will like make the connection and figure out what the they're saying without actually processing what they're saying. Right. The social cue thing is a totally different thing. I know we've both experienced this. I was literally looking through our Snapchat today, trying to look for your address, and I remember there was one time, it was at that one fucking party where we were playing. What was it?
One of the board nights night games that we had.
Board night, and I messaged you.
There's been like 2 or 3 of those. So
I've only been to one.
The one he went to, dude.
We were playing the Hitler game.
2 of them. Secret Hitler?
Secret Hitler.
Yeah, Secret Hitler. One of the best board games to have ever existed.
It's really good.
Bro, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it over for you to play.
The way I said it
if
was
you know
really
what Secret Hitler is, you know exactly what it is. It's a really, really fun game. It's just a card game. It's really basic and simple to learn.
But I remember afterwards... with everybody been drinking a lot, of course, because we're all fucking young 20-somethings, and that's what we do.
I was 20-something once.
Board game nights, man.
Yeah, board game nights. Just trying to fucking drink and have fun. But I remember you were sitting across the room, and you were like just staring at me, and I didn't know what the was going on. I was like, "Are you upset with me?"
Oh, I remember this. Yes, I do remember this.
Exactly. That happens with me a lot. I'm like,
because
don't understand.
you sat me to the side at some point. I don't remember.
I messaged you on Snapchat.
Yeah, it was way later. That's right. Yeah, I was like, at some point you messaged me and you're like, "Were we good?" And I'm like, Yeah, man, I'm just like fucking with people. That's
You're
all
like,
it is.
literally what you said. I only know this because I looked at it today. I was like, yeah, I'm just a freak. I was like, oh, same.
There you go. I'm just a freak. I just like fucking with people. That's all it is. No hard feelings at all.
Same. But like that misunderstanding is goddamn near all the time with me. A lot of times where I'll like come into the shop and I can't tell like, you know, if you're upset or whatever. And then on top of that, I have, I hate using the word empath because, I don't know, I've had this weird...
Gut feeling.
Yeah, I have a very generally accurate intuition of what people are feeling based on different things. Because I've trained myself to look for those facial cues and like changes in your language. You start talking differently. I will immediately notice because of anxiety, because of autism, all these
constantly
different things.
Trying to like interpret.
Yes.
Like
what's happening?
What is going on? Why is this dude acting
this way?
Just a shut off of like
because I've gotten into so many situations where I thought things were one way. You know, everybody's having a good time, whatever, yada yada yada, and they were totally different, and it just whooshed over my head. Obviously, everybody's experienced things like that, but it happened a lot when I was a kid. A lot. Especially because I was like, everybody knew me at school, but only because I was the weird kid. And that's how
I feel that.
That's how everybody knew me, so a lot of times I was getting bullied, and I didn't know that until later.
Yeah. Like, oh, you were bullying me.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Fuck you, guy.
Yeah. Or like somebody else later, like a week later, told me, hey, they're actually making fun of you. I was like, oh, fuck. Well, okay then. So like I've trained myself to notice all these small things, and sometimes it's too much. I'm reading too much into the situation where, you know, every day, you're a little bit different. You're not the same person you were yesterday. And even if everything's fine day to day, like, you'll act slightly different. But I know I've come into the shop many times where I've hung out with Aaron or Caleb, whatever, especially with really close friends like Caleb, and I'll be like, shit, do these people actually like me? Like, am I actually accepted in this community? Because they're acting weird, and like, I don't know if I'm being a burden or not. Yeah.
Never.
You're
never
fucking amazing, bro.
Absolutely never.
Don't you trip.
Stop it.
Well, dude, that's like, when you asked me that one day, like, is there a problem? That's like, thank you for asking me. No, there's not. Like, I get it, cause I'm weird. Like, that's why my literal words to you is I'm a freak.
Yep.
That's why I said it, because
what
I'm
his mom
weird.
said too.
Look, I joke in stupid ways, and some people don't get it.
Right.
The people who are closest to me, which now you are, and now you understand my humor.
For the most part, yeah.
Now it's like, I do
roll
weird,
with it.
I do weird shit. As long as you roll with it, it continues to be funny. That's just who I am as a person. My roommates understand that. Everyone who has ever lived with me has understood that. People like Riley, who's like been like, what, a year and a few
year and a month.
Yeah, 3 months now.
A year and 3 months? Yeah, it's like now you're on the same page, you get it. Like, it's just, I have weird humor. Like, everybody's weird. Everybody on this planet is fucking weird. Just be nice to everybody, man.
Yep. Don't
be
a
nice.
Dick. Everyone's
if someone
fucked
asks
up.
you a real genuine question, answer it real and genuine.
Yep.
Like,
awesome quote from Marcus Aurelius is that what doesn't harm the hive doesn't harm the bee. So if you take something personal,
check out some meditations.
Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, amazing book. I'm
reading it right now, loaned by this guy right here.
I like philosophy.
Oh,
Philosophy.
yeah. Philosophies.
Time to philosophize.
Yeah, dude, look. Right, Dog, this has been fucking amazing. I hope you've had a good time, bro.
Oh, hell yeah.
I hope that you guys have learned a little bit more about this guy. He's up and coming.
Because he's
cool. Rocking and cool as
Cool
AF.
That's right.
And it's not about, you know, dude, you've brought up a lot of really, really cool stuff. And this has been really, really cool having you on because, like, it definitively kind of like, because I feel like a lot of the dudes we have on are like the standard, like, we got the jock dude, we got this guy, we got this guy, we got this guy. Like, dude, and everybody, hopefully, you know, when people watch these interviews later on down the road, however long it is, they can be like, wow, there's a lot of different people in this community. And that's really what kind of longboarding and room enough is all about, is like everyone brings a little bit something different to the community. Everybody has a little bit of something different. Nobody is fucking like the man. My wife is gonna be hating us because we're fucking dropping fucking birds fucking every fucking time. The only thing she didn't edit out last month was "fuck the rules," which was
glorious.
She was like, "Should I edit this out?" I'm like, "No, dude. You gotta keep the one beep that didn't get beeped last month was "fuck the rules."
Fuck the rules.
Everybody's got everyone's got a place, and everyone adds something to like the seasoning of the overall community, man. Thank you so much for coming out and freaking interviewing, man. Like,
thank you.
And I know there's an outro to this. Oh. Do you have any? Okay, like before we outro though,
people who would be stressed to come into a culture like ours.
They'd be stressed to come into even a store like okay, you come in. I know with me it was very much like when I went into a skate shop, it's very much coming from the outside to the inside. I was super paranoid about asking the wrong questions. What do you feel like is the big advice for someone coming into, or if you're curious, because I know like with autism or any type of spectrum disorder, whatever the hell people want to call it, like when you're coming in, typically you get obsessed with stuff and you come into it. But like, okay, now I've got to deal with this other, I'm coming into a whole new environment with unknown factors.
Yeah.
What would be the advice? Stressful. Yeah, what would be the advice that you would give folks coming in to a different experience outside of their realm of normalcy or scheduleness?
Routine.
I love schedules, but other than that,
so a lot of advice I can give, but really, especially with social media, there's so many different ways that you can connect through different avenues. Go local. Local people in general tend to be understanding. Let's do it right here.
KCLC.
Yeah, if you're in Kansas City, this guy, if you're worried about anything, this dude is fucking...
I'm as weird as they get. You can't get any... You can get way weirder than me, but like, please don't bring that.
On the day-to-day basis,
don't get too weird, man.
I love it.
I don't get too weird.
But what's cool about social media is that, you have KCLC where you can be a passive viewer. You don't have to interact with anybody. You can just see. You can view how things go. You can call in if you're able to call in. If you're not able to call in, you can look at the website. I know a lot of people have anxiety about calling in. I didn't order my own food from a fast food restaurant until I was literally 18. So I know there's a lot of anxiety that comes with those kinds of interactions.
So you don't order fast enough sometimes, it feels like. I don't know.
Well, I was just anxious about saying the wrong shit.
Like
exactly like you were talking about. Like saying the wrong thing. There's a lot of... I know for me what helps is learning the lingo of whatever I'm trying to get into. YouTube. Super fucking huge. You immerse yourself into the way. I want to bring it back to me on Versace.
Yeah.
The
nice,
way.
Nice bringing it back in.
Yeah.
Very nice.
If you immerse yourself into the way, like, you will come in feeling a lot more confident. Whether or not that matters, it doesn't. You could sound completely new and like it doesn't matter, but for our brains who think it does matter, it's very easy to learn those things from an outside view. The other thing is
don't trip, dog. Yeah. It'll be all good.
My biggest thing about lingo is like even when you're into it, you come to find that you're never gonna understand the lingo 100%. Like there's always gonna be new lingo.
Yep.
There's always gonna be lingo that's not new. You just never heard of it before.
OG lingo.
Different places and different spots that do the same thing have different lingo for everything. If lingo is one of your catch-ups, like it's a bad catch-up.
And I make up lingo on the fly.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Look, I don't mean bad as in like it's wrong
negative.
For you to have that. I mean it's like if that's what's keeping you from getting into something, don't let that be something that keeps you away from it, because even a pro doesn't know certain types of lingo, doesn't know what this means or that means. Like that
Tony Hawk probably doesn't really know a lot about downhill skateboarding. I'm sure he's dabbled and seen a lot of it. but he mostly.
I'm not going to presume to know what Tony Hawk knows.
Well,
But
absolutely
see,
not.
that's the
But,
thing. Is like,
yeah.
I don't know. He don't
Yes.
know.
Right.
Tony Hawk probably does know. He
Probably.
also might not. Like,
Right.
Like
He
that's the
doesn't
thing.
know the
it
same
doesn't
things
matter.
that we know.
Your knowledge of the subject doesn't mean you shouldn't get into it.
Right. And for people who think it does, it is very easy to access a lot of that knowledge anyways. Again, YouTube, Facebook.
Come in and hang out in the
Discord.
shop for a couple hours.
Come
You'll
and hang
learn
out.
all sorts
Oh
of
my-
derogatory terms. Most of them derogatory.
Yes, absolutely. Come hang out in the shop if you are able to and it's not too much for your mind to come hang out in the shop. Do it.
And if it is too much, do it in small doses. Because,
Exactly. You can stop in for 5
and
minutes.
you will know that there's all sorts of different people that come in here, and I don't know. I like having different people in. It's kind of interesting, and everybody comes in for kind of a different reason. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool way of, I don't know. I like to shop.
Oh yeah.
Man.
The only last thing I have is the only thing to it is to do it. Don't go into it with any expectations.
Oh. Man, that was a jam-packed episode of Stoke Chow. I am stuffed, Kansas City.
You stoked yet?
See, we only had to do once.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck you, helmet.